B.E.T celebrates you.
B.E.T celebrates natural.
Be inspired.
Well, for simplicity, I actually do my hair the night before. So I have a spray bottle which will have water, oil and leave-in conditioner. I spritz my hair. I might do a twist or plait, braids, pin it up, wrap my hair with a satin scarf, and in the morning I either leave it pinned up or I take it out and it's all curly and then I go. So I don't do that whole process in the morning. I actually have to prep. So there's a process to this stuff, but I prep my hair from the night before.
Me, I woke up like this. No, I'm joking. I set my hair from the week, so I do a wash and go on wash day. And then during the week, I just maintain my hair with satin scarves, satin pillowcases. And in the morning, I just spritz and fluff and go.
My thoughts on the Pretoria Girls High School is I actually wasn't very shocked by what happened. The reasons for this is something that happens quite frequently. It's just that in this specific situation, it's gone global and we've heard about it a lot and there's been a lot of discussion. But actually, I think there definitely needs to be acknowledgement that this happens a lot, and not just in South Africa, not just in Africa, actually across the world and also here in the UK. So it wasn't anything that I was absolutely shocked by. But of course, just seeing a 13-year-old girl stand up like that and be so brave to just, really just speak her mind was absolutely so empowering and inspiring to see. And I know for a fact she has inspired so many girls and women.
To see a 13-year-old girl empower not just herself, but her fellow black girls in the school so that they could all come together and stand up for what is right. I mean, of all places in Africa, where an African girl cannot be African is a very, very, very sad situation. And I think it brought a lot of attention to the fact that a lot of people do still have this colonized mindset where women, especially black women, cannot be themselves. I think it also influenced people of an older generation to see that a lot of what they teach their children has to be reversed as well. I have not had similar experiences. However, in this society, it's very subtle. So if you go to a place, in your mindset, you would think, oh, I should straighten my hair. You don't have to be told it because it's such a normal thing that you will do it anyway. So you start to act out of this insecurity as opposed to have it told to you. And of course, you will see these cases from 2011 to this year where schools will ban certain hairstyles. And then that embeds in your subconscious and you think, I've got a job interview, let me put my hair in a bun. Or let me straighten it so they think I can conform. So personally, I've never had someone tell me, no, don't wear your hair natural. But at the same time, I never had someone tell me, wear your hair natural. You look beautiful with it. Until now, how I feel about myself.
In a workplace, it's quite opposite for me. People actually embrace my natural hair and I haven't ever experienced any negative comments in my workplace. I think you definitely have to acknowledge the industries people work in. I work in the media and arts industry where maybe people see it as a bit more relaxed, a bit more, you can express yourself a bit more. So me coming to work with my hair in an afro, people do embrace it. I get a lot of positive compliments. Whereas perhaps if I'd worked in a law firm or something along those lines, it may not have been accepted in that way.
Strangers touching your hair is such a delicate subject because we have two different views. I don't like it at all, with permission, without permission. I find it quite offensive. It always reminds me of Sarah Bartier, who was different because of her body shape, and curiosity allowed people to touch her and exhibit her as something. And I sometimes feel that that's what people do to me. Because my hair is different, they want to touch and stuff. But when people's hair is different to mine, I don't do that because I just accept you for the way you are.
People touching my hair, I really don't mind. People will ask me or make a comment, wow, your hair's so big, can I touch it? I'm like, of course you can. And it's because it's usually a very innocent and curious thing that they want to know about. It's usually the issue just comes with a complete stranger just putting their hands in your hair, and you just think, oh, hang on a second, because it's my personal space, it's my body. You know, just the thought of just going up to somebody and just touching them, you know, you can understand that it is a bit weird.
We do have a very long way to go, but I think the first steps are being taken, the representation in the media, you know, hearing stories about Pretoria High School and the light that has been shed on it, and, you know, the negative light of how they're treating young girls. I think that those are the steps that are being taken that need to be taken.
As Jay said, we can't wait for somebody else to give us the green light. And I feel like people don't even try. Like you were saying, it's just embedded that, oh, we just can't do that. Well, have you actually been told you can't do that? Or is that you're telling yourself you can't do that? So you're waiting for someone else to give you the green light, whereas you can give yourself that green light and just go for it.
Is black hair a political issue? Yes, but it shouldn't be. You have to think about the history of black hair first before you answer that question. Hair was a way of our self-expression prior to what happened to us in history. So when we were limited in that self-expression, it became a political issue. So now when you walk out with your hair, it does become a topic of conversation within any race, really, because they're not as used to seeing it as they should be. So yes, it becomes a political issue, and people also project notions onto you just because you wear your hair a certain way. You're the militant person, or, you know, you're the hippie or something like that. But it starts conversation, a very needed conversation. So it is a political issue, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing in my mindset, because changes do need to be had, and changes start with conversation.